Who am I? Who I played?
Yes.
All right, cool. My name is Jorge, Lendeborg, and I played Cisco.
My name is Ezri Walker, and I play Boobie.
My name is Steven Caple Jr. I'm the writer-director.
My name is Emond, and I played Momma.
My name is Steven Jr. and I'm one of the producers.
Pickens, and I'm also the producer of the project.
My name is Badu, and I played Turquoise, and I'm one of the producers.
My name is Rafi Gavron. I play Patty Cake.
We gotta find a chair for Rafi because he's sitting on this squad over there and he's the one with the best accent, so we need to find a chair for him. I'm gonna do most of this on the skateboard. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna try. We got bets on this. So Steven, we were talking backstage. This project started about 2014. You said you started pitching this thing around. So where'd the story come from? Like, was the story just started there? Was it something in your life that you saw growing up in Cleveland? Talk about where this came out of.
Yeah, it's a two-part situation with this. One was the fact that it's based off of true kids, real kids out in Los Angeles that I followed that actually was them. It was the Cisco and Boobie character. You know, they were selling drugs and they were actually using the money to sponsor their dreams. The skateboard competitions, paying videographers, the whole nine. When I met them, it was like 2013, 12. They're just 14 years old, dealing drugs, and I was like, man, I can already see the path that they're going down, and it gets personal because I had no friends and family members that went down the same path. And so I tied it to Cleveland as I started developing the film, as I went out there and saw that the skateboard community was on the rise, and kids were doing the same thing out in LA, and they had that short window to actually skateboard. They were more hungry and more eager. But I also just wanted to make a commentary on the system. You know, I was that kid that was going to Max Hayes, a trade school. I didn't want to become a mechanic. I didn't want to do construction. And you look at me now, I'm into the arts. This was not a course there. And I transferred after my freshman year, you know, and I had to go to the school because of zoning regulations, so I couldn't transfer anywhere else. But my mom lied about the application. I can say that now because it's 12 years, 15 years later. And lucky for me, you know, I was one of the lucky ones to kind of swivel out, and I really wanted to tell that kind of story from that perspective.
And so you grew up in Cleveland?
I grew up in Cleveland.
Yeah, you went to school at USC Film School?
Oh, Cleveland? What?
So it was important to tell this story. It's important to do it in Cleveland. Sometimes you see stories that take place everywhere. Like, oh man, it's a Texas story, it happens in Louisiana. Oh, it's a Canadian story, it happens in Alaska. So it was important to do this in Cleveland and talk about shooting in Cleveland.
So, yeah, I got that. So pitching the idea is like, can we shoot in Atlanta, or can we shoot in all Texas and Louisiana, the whole nine? And it's a little bit different shooting in Cleveland, Ohio. One. But two, being from there, you know, a lot of the locations we shot at were my home, my block. We used his house as a location. He's also from Cleveland, Ohio. And so we were embraced by the city, as well as everything kept, you know, was authentic and was alive. You know, like the events we shot at and everything like that were live events. The Puerto Rican Festival was actually a live event that went down. Unfortunately, we had to shut down production halfway through the day because of some gunshots and someone ended up getting shot. That's not on our set. But it was just a testament to the crew and experience for them to actually see what Cleveland was about, or this section of Cleveland. And it's exactly what I wanted to expose. You know, I'm not happy about the situation that happened on set. You know, we had an incident where we had a park. Some of our crew members fought some local dealers. Like, it got tough. We were at these real locations, and yeah, and the crew got to see that. You know, when we were shooting nights, we just kept hearing gunshots a few blocks over. When they found out why I really wanted to shoot it, they saw my kind of upbringing in a way.
Oh, shoot, that's great. I'm gonna talk to some of your actors real quick because you've got a nice mix here. So, Jorge, Ezri, this was your first film, am I correct? Both
Yeah, this is my first film. I'm originally a hip-hop artist, and so that's what my passion is, music. And he found out about me through my music and reached out, and I auditioned. because it was something new that I hadn't done before, and I'm into the arts as well. So I was like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just try it out. And auditioned, and I ended up getting the part, and I had to learn how to skateboard in 6 days, because coming from where I'm from, you don't pick up skateboards.
I mean, yeah, I moved to LA, and my agents came with me with this audition, and I'm like, cool, I read the scripts, I read the scenes to audition with, and it was a scene where me and Junior talked about moving to LA. And, you know, before the movie, when I was younger, I always wanted to skate, like, professionally. That was, like, my dream before acting. And those same words that my character said, I said those exact same words to my best friend. So, and that's just, I was like, I gotta do this character. This is me. And, you know, I was picked, and it happened.
So you're from the Dominican Republic?
I was born in the DR, and then I moved to Miami when I was 4, and that's what, like,
Cleveland must have been like a freak show for you, right?
it was something.
So, all right, we'll move down. So, Linda, Momma, I was talking to these guys backstage before, and I said, your character's the one that was between you and Turquoise. I was thinking, man, I don't know if I like, hate, love, because Mama's a mama. I mean, you're taking care of people, but you also, you know, I thought she was selling candles, but you're the fruit-selling drug dealer with the kiosk at the local mall, and also, you know, move some pills. So how did you come apart to get to this part, and how did you get into Momma?
Well, I want to speak to it, that by way of answering this, which is that when Steven introduced the film and said what he did about me seeing it for the first time, so I haven't told him what I thought, but I want you to know that Steve asked me to do it, and he sent me a copy of the film that he'd done for his, what was it, thesis or at school? Film at school, a short film at school. And also he sent me a short film that was sort of a precursor to this movie. And I was floored because I thought, how does this young guy know this much about storytelling, and especially visual storytelling? And I was thrilled to be asked to be a part of it, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. And I can't believe, I don't know about you guys, but I cannot believe in watching that movie that this is his first feature film. Wow. I can't believe it, so I'm really thrilled to have been asked to be a part of it, and I do think she's tough. And it was hard to watch, because this is the first time I've seen it, as he said, so it was hard. I look forward to seeing it tomorrow, but it made me kind of sick to my stomach as well. But that's a testament to the story, because I think it's really important. I think it's an important story, and I think it was told extraordinarily well, beautiful visually, and really hardcore truth, I think.
Yeah. I'm going to slip it down to Miss Badu. Oh, man. So actually, I'll be honest, being from Dallas, working with Booker T, I looked through the Sundance schedule, and I'm looking at all the names, and I went, well, Erykah Badu's in the movie. Oh shit, I gotta see that. Wonderful performance, amazing. I've seen you perform on stage as a singer, but this performance was great. How did you get into Turquoise, and how did you come to the process as producer? And did you say, well, I'll just play this role? So how'd that come about?
It's kind of the same as Linda. I was an associate of ours. Gave me a short film that he had done based on this. It was a sizzle or a trailer for this. The actors were different. Some of them were the same, but I was impressed in the same way. Wow, what a storytelling. And I liked the perspective and the vision that he had for it. And he told me that he had written a part, specifically a role for me. And when I read it, I go, oh my God, that's kind of a tough one. People are gonna get to see that other side of me. I wasn't acting, it was real. When I leave here, that's what I'm going to do right now. It's kind of method acting.
I'll tell everybody.
When he was telling me about the role, he was like, well, you know, pretty much she's a hoe. I said, cool, what kind of hoe? House shoe hoe? Fishnet stocking hoe? And he said it was going to be a house shoe hoe. So. I said, okay. So we talked about it, and I visited Cleveland and, you know, got into the role, and it was amazing working with the cast. I mean, we became a little family. I only had maybe 3 or 4 days on the set. The role is pretty small, but they embraced me in a wonderful way, and, you know, gave me the confidence to actually, you know, penetrate that role. And as a result, I took to social media and started to promote the film more and more, and was made a producer as a result. And that's my story, that's my part, and we're here. And I'm so very proud of you, Steven. You know, it's quite an accomplishment. You know, you have quite a vision.
Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Rafi down on the ground there. So it's funny, acting is acting, but when you came up and talked to me and you had the accent, oh, that makes me feel much better, man. So it's like, so you've done it. I was looking you up, done on TV, a lot of things, man. You and Linda are like the veteran actors up on this stage up here. So what was it like working with Steven and these young kids? You know, were you teaching class in the corner? Or?
I was a bit, yeah, but I was also getting taught by them. I mean, I come from like a Jewish North London privileged background, so it was like, you know, Steven, I think, was hesitant at first, even though he liked my audition tape, and then he heard I'd been a rascal for years, and I'd been in and out of trouble, and he was like, he's hired. No, it's an interesting thing. Part of the chemistry of us four boys was that Steven put us living together, which initially freaked me the fuck out, you know what I mean? But then what happened is we absolutely fell in love, and Ezri was a local hire, which meant the production weren't putting him up because he was from Cleveland, and we were all in these kind of like loft apartments, and I had a very big closet. So I said, here, we bought him an air mattress, I got the production to buy him an air mattress, and I set him up in my closet. And so this is what I'm talking about. But the bottom line is that I spent a lot of time with Ezri. Me and George, Moises, we went to Ezri's family barbecues before we got started filming. I mean, we were just around. We were touring the hood, and it was the real deal, man. You know, Cleveland played into it, and it's not easy living. Ezri's done an incredible job as a human, and I love him very much for that. It's kind of incredible, but my whole point is I needed them way more than they needed me. But, you know, I was giving a few tips to George here and there about how to hit his mark and not fuck up his lines. But otherwise, George stole the show. As usual, I always knew he would. We got a movie star in the building, you just watch. And the last thing I wanted to say is that the first film I did was with Jude Law and Juliette Binoche. It was directed by the late Anthony Minghella, and he was known as one of the most thoughtful interactive directors with actors that has ever lived, and that's the truth. And it took me 10 years to get back to a place in the film industry where I felt that could be achieved again, and that was with Steven. And Steven is...
It's something, a little bit of opportunity because it's, you know, Dallas is a business town, and it was having, so producers are a big deal, so